Hi folks, right, 28th of December. Right, another snow scene, no surprises there. I had some fun doing one yesterday. I want to do one with a sort of lighter sky now. I'm looking out my window. There's a grey overcast, but the sun is sort of showing between the light clouds. So let's get the large brush. This one's sort of wearing out now. Anyway, yellow ochre, cadmium red, possibly ultramarine. Excuse me, coughing. Payne's grey. Oh dear. I think a little bit of a cold here. I like Payne's grey. I like the mix with ultramarine. So I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible to make it look as if you could do it. The thing is about demonstrating, and I've got between 2,500 and 3,000 videos on now. But if I make them too complicated, in other words, spend a lot of time doing them and fiddling around with them, I just get bored with it. And it's nothing more disheartening for a beginner than to bite off more than the beginner chooses. In other words, if you work from photographs with doing municipal sort of buildings, it's quite daunting, especially with oil paint. But it's a wonderful medium. It is I suppose the king of mediums, isn't it? Oil will always be there. It's lovely. It's vibrant. It stays open for a long time. You can work on it, over it. But there are one or two rules, and the most obvious one is don't paint thin paint over thick paint, because the thick paint won't have dried, and it will eventually crack the colour you put on. The thinner cover, as it shrinks, it will crack. Craze. But if you're working wet in wet, it doesn't matter. Makes no difference, it will all dry. And if you use what I used to use, I will get some Griffin titanium white. Oh dear, I've got a fog in my throat here. The Griffin, being an alkyd resin-based paint, will eventually mix with all the paints on the surface and dry them uniformly. And you can use a dryer, which I use. This is it's probably linseed oil with Rapida. Oh, I don't know what it is, but it's probably alkyd resin. But anyway, any dryer will do. But I try to keep my paints and materials as toxin-free as possible, because I suffer from chest problems now at my age. And terps, white spirit, paraffin, kerosene, thinners, cleaners are all petrochemical based, and they are deadly. And if you've got a complaint, it'll make it worse. But over the last couple of years of going back to oils, I have reduced my toxin level to almost zero. The dryer is petrochem based, I believe, but these paints are not. They're not, and I've cleaned my brushes in some washing up liquid. Get some lovely and clean. The oil paint in the brush puts its hands up and says, "Oh," and it just falls out. Lovely stuff. So all my brushes are all nice and clean and springy. But I say this one's wearing out for use, and some of the outside bristles are now coming down to the middle. But anyway, let's get this guy done. I'm looking at the sky now, so I want a bit of light grey, plenty of oil, get it working. Let's get the darkest bit is on the horizon here. A bit of yellow ochre can go in this. I've just primed it with a bit of acrylic, burnt sienna, burnt sienna mixed with the with the you know what I'm talking about, do I? Mixed with the PVA glue, so it's just an equal amount really. It makes a nice mid-tone. It should have 2 coats on it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm quite used to working with now see, I've forgotten what I was going to say. I get carried away. I'm also listening to the radio. Well, anyway, for my subscribers, thank you for supporting me on Patreon. And I realised that there's so many videos available for free, you don't really need to go onto Patreon, but it's for people really who want to make a contribution to the materials of the paint, and which are quite considerable. So if you want to support my channel, and well, I've got about 450 videos on there that are exclusive. Right, now we want to get a bit of a yeah, that's easy, isn't it? Look. I'll put a bit of a creak in this, like I did the one yesterday. Tomorrow I'll do something for my patrons. Don't put too much of this paint there. I'm still looking. I want this slightly ochre light up here, but a bit of Payne's grey, I think. You can see the the ground colour. Have to tighten up. Got a bit of ochre in. Just look and see where the sun's coming through the clouds. So I'm working a sky. Very little really low down. Yeah, let's just get a bit just looking out the window. I'm in my loft here. Right, let's get some of that grey. See, so for light to show, you've got to put it against something dark. It's obvious really, but it's called tonalism, I believe. Okay, well there's a sky. Let's get some really good lights, white, a bit of oil. The oil will help it flow. Sort of a Norfolk scene. We'll put some Payne's grey. Something like that. That's just to indicate where I'm going to try to put the water. And water, well, this would be a frozen bit of water. Oh, I'm going to blow my nose. I want to put some bits of tree stuff on the horizon, so that's got to be quite dark. Oh, I need my red ochre. I've got my red ochre. I do like red ochre. I won't have a lot. I think I have got another tube of this. A bit of blue in that. Okay, so we've got a little bit of dark in there to show as a silhouette against that light snow. I'll reinstate the horizon. Okay, let's clean the brush. It's just an old brush. You don't need top quality materials. Just keep them clean. Don't let the paint dry anywhere near the excuse me, the ferrule. Because once it gets into there and hardens, it sprays the brushes and then you've lost your brush. Right, there's my brush I was using. Oh dear. Which brush was I using first? Oh, I was using this one, wasn't I? Right, let's alright, okay, probably a bit overdone, but that's just right, okay. Now we need to just put in some white. Bit of impasto. Love a bit of impasto. Then I'm going to put in some of that dark. Oh. Right, now dark-ish. Look, warmer colours here. Look, using that red ochre and just using the edge of the brush. It's no secret that I prefer oil painting to any other form. I never used to. I started off as a watercolour painter, like probably most people, because we think it's easy, but it isn't easy. None of it's easy. It's just it's possible. Right, I like that. I can get a good shape in there with some sort of grey, shadowy colour. Let's get it disappearing through there. Right, I'm going to use this brush here. I don't know if it will work, but I want to get some darkish colour. Right, that's just a little bit of a interest in that bare middle distance. Okay, I like that. That was a view out of my window, not exactly. I can't do anything exact. Right, let's get that water looking a bit icy. Then we'll put some banks in. Just the three colours here. The best sort of picture like this that I've ever seen is Edward Seago. He just was such a wonderful sky painter. Well, he lived in Norfolk and was disabled with heart problems from a child, really. Although he was a war artist with Auchinleck, General Auchinleck, or Field Marshal Auchinleck, if he was. Right, now we've got to beef it up with a bit of snow now. There's a touch of ochre in there. was a bit of light where the snow is at the edge of that. Oh look, I've got that wretched yellow right where I paint there, and I keep getting it on my fingers. Right, and I just wonder if we could make a bigger tree up out of this bit here. 3 colours, load of red. Let's get up here. Might have overdone that, but let's put in a bit of dark snow, eh? Might have overdone that a bit, but okay. Now we could put in some fence posts, and why not? Don't put everything in with doing fences, and we want a dark side and a light side. So let's put it's a bit too big there. Okay, bits of blobs of snow. They won't really show, but you never know. Bit of impasto. Hit and miss. Just a little bit of that lovely dark red. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, I think we probably could do a bit better in there. Right, let's get a bit of white. Just try to beef this up a little bit, make it a little bit more realistic. Although we're not after realism, perish the thought. I'm going to let that go. I can put it in a mount. Sorry, 11:12. Right, let's dismantle this. I keep these in a stay-with pallet overnight. Save wasting them all. So move that one. I might have got carried away with that tree, but it doesn't matter. Oops. Ah. Well, there we are. Not too bad. I quite like some of this. I love the sky. I think that's a good sky. Even by my standards, that's a good sky. Okay, we can see how simple it was, but just don't try to be too literal with it and make it too exact. Leave it rough and leave bits out. Leave bits for the viewer to put in. That's what the Impressionist did. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.